And now to something that Kenyans are really looking forward to is that the first consignment of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine is expected in the country this week, amid concerns by a section of Kenyans on the safety and the efficacy of the vaccine. So, what is the science behind vaccine development and when is it safe for use? Well, our reporter Kamau spoke to scientists at the Institute of Primate Research to understand the procedure of developing any vaccine or drug before it is declared safe for the human body. Here is a report.
Vaccine development is a long, intricate process, which in some cases could take up to 10 years. When the first case of the novel coronavirus SARS-CoV-2 was first reported by officials in Wuhan, China, scientists swung into action to begin what was projected to be a tedious search for a vaccine to stop the disease that was ravaging humanity with devastating effects. 1 year later, several vaccines have been developed. Dr. Atunga Nyachieo, a senior research scientist at the Institute of Primate Research, says Kenyan scientists wanted to be part of the process that would provide relief from the pandemic.
We requested to become a testing center, for the virus. So then through the government funding, of course, we were supported. And then we set up a whole big center, the COVID center, not only for testing, but for research.
A fully fledged COVID-19 research and testing center was set up at the Institute of Primate Research for the preclinical stage of the vaccine development.
So when we test, then we are able to of course, we get the positive cases and the negative cases, isn't it? So at the end of the day, we have access to the virus and more especially the genetic material which we need for the purpose of study. Because then you understand the different variants, you understand the genetic makeup, whether there are mutations, whether it's a new variant that has come, and so forth.
What a testing facility meant was that local researchers had access to samples of the virus that was circulating in Kenya. With samples in the hands of scientists, analysis of the virus genetic material and sequencing is done.
That one is going to give you a lot of information. So one of the information, it will tell you whether there is a mutation, or it is just the normal virus, because you compare the different variants, We know the genetic, the sequencing data that has been done for the Chinese virus, the original one, the British one, the South African one, and any other. They are put in a database. So once we sequence whatever we have, we also compare with what is in the database. Then we are able to say this is a new variant, then we call it Kenyan variant, or this is similar to the British one, then we say the British one.
This information is important in looking for a drug or vaccine.
You know, a vaccine is something that needs to elicit an immune response, so that your body is able to recognize something foreign. And a vaccine is a protein, Most of the time it's a protein. And if you have to get that target protein, then you must know it, You must check on it and know it that exactly this is the target protein, that when the virus comes, this is what because the body does not produce antibodies to every part of the virus. It produces antibodies to a specific part of the virus.
Once scientists have the protein, testing begins on animals. The process will start with small animals like mice, rats, or rabbits.
So you will inject the animals and try to measure the amount of antibodies that have been produced. What we call protective antibodies, Is this protein eliciting antibodies that are able to confer protection to this animal? Because you see, a protein is part of the virus, isn't it? So this protein on isolation may not cause infection, but it is going to be recognized as foreign by the body. So the body is going to produce antibodies for that case.
If successful at this stage, testing of the drug or vaccine moves to monkeys.
You do not want to inject a vaccine under development in humans, and then you end up with massive casualties, because remember, these are drugs, and drugs are potentially poisons. And to do a vaccines, you have various components of the vaccines, some of whom you have to be sure that the body system will react favorably to them before you can try them in humans.
The monkey has a close genetic relation to humans, making it the ideal animal to be tested before trials can be approved on humans. Observation of the drug's response in the primates takes at least 6 months. Once safety and efficacy is achieved, the testing is sanctioned for human trials.
The clinical trials in human itself is in phases, whereby you start by testing in normal people just to know that it is safe and the body can see the vaccine and develop response, protective response to the vaccine, if it is a vaccine. After that, then you should go to the next level, where now you test to confirm that at least it will be working in people of various backgrounds, including those who are in countries where that particular disease is found. Then finally, you have now to do the last level, where you can be sure that there are no side effects that the vaccines is generating, so that it can now be registered for marketing.
This stage could take a minimum of 2 years, and in some cases more. However, in the case of the COVID-19 vaccine, the process has been fast-tracked.
In emergency situations, some of the vaccine development or drug development steps are normally shortened, so that it can be quickly available to save lives. In emergency, we reason that anytime you have evidence that you have any tool that can save lives when we are losing them, then you better try them.
The 3 main vaccines that are currently available in the market are Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Moderna. Kenya has acquired the AstraZeneca vaccine. The place of traditional herbalists in offering solutions to diseases afflicting humans has also been a subject of discussion. A program, Natural Products Industry, in partnership with the National Museums, are currently examining some of the herbal treatment options. Onyango says, as we look into conventional testing and repurposing of drugs, there's need for the government to invest more in research. Kamau reporting for Channel 1 News.